The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue seas, fields of green and sandy yellow beaches too. The island also has loads of trains and railway lines. But who's that just puffing round the track? It's a tank engine that is named Thomas. He welcomes you to meet his friends working together to make anything just work. Cause when an obstacle comes along, the train ride makes it work. Cause when friendship and teamwork is on your side, nothing's impossible with Thomas and his friends.
Spencer, the private engine, was bound for the island of Sodor. The Duke and Duchess were eager for a holiday at their summer home. Spencer was excited for the long run, but not the destination. He wasn't fond of the Fat Controller's engines. This did bother them. The feeling was mutual. At Barrow, Spencer stopped to allow the regular services to pass. He was just having a drink when he overheard two diesels gossiping. I'm glad we're clear of those Sodor engines. For a few hours at least. Can't bear any more talk about those musicians.
Why wouldn't I want a picture of engines who actually work hard for their album cover, like us?
An album cover? Most intriguing.
Records. Later, Spencer arrived at Elsbridge and began questioning Percy and Daisy.
I can't understand why they think any of you are suitable subjects.
We've been considered suitable subjects before. A few years back, Rheneas and I were on an album cover.
Ha! Surely I would have known if you somehow ended up in the limelight.
It was rather brief. The bands didn't get permission from our controllers, so they had to change it. Still, I was a cover star, which is more than you can say, Spencer. Percy hurried away, leaving a flustered Spencer behind.
That little scamp! I'll shove him! And all of you! For that matter, that cover shot is as good as mine!
I doubt that, my dear. They want a unique engine, and that will be moi.
You? You're nothing but a glorified coach. My brothers and I are a peak of steam. I'm sure to be chosen.
Needless to say, Daisy and Spencer became quick enemies. They lobbed insults at each other whenever they passed. All the while, they kept their eyes peeled for the musicians or any sign of a camera. One afternoon, Daisy was dozing in the carriage shed when a very dirty Toby arrived at the junction with some trucks.
Oh, goodness me. You would make a nice picture.
Oh, never mind the pictures. I'm bringing this awful new coal back. Now, if you excuse me, I need my firebox cleaned.
Toby trundled off, coughing all the while. Daisy was about to go back to sleep when Spencer arrived at the platform. His driver was not happy. If you didn't spend so much time searching for those dreaded musicians, you might have remembered to top up on coal. You're running dangerously low. Suddenly, Daisy had a devious idea.
You're in luck. Toby just delivered this marvelous new coal. Only the finest steam engines are using it.
That was all Spencer needed to hear. At once, his fireman filled his tender with the coal.
Must be off. The cameras are waiting. Ta-ta!
Later, Daisy stood at the platform. She could see the musicians with their cameras and grew excited. Though she tried to retain a candid look, suddenly there came an almighty puffing. There was Spencer, struggling down the line, while the thick black smoke poured from his funnel. He was red in the face and coughing hoarsely.
Oh dear, not a very fitting subject for the camera, are you?
She got no further. As Spencer crawled past, a huge plume of smoke erupted from his funnel. Soot rained down on the platform, the passengers, and Daisy. Spencer ground to a halt, continuing to cough.
Our cameras!
Ooh, my paint!
Oi! Me hat! Both engines gulped.
And I just bought mine.
The Fat Controller was not happy when he learned what Daisy had done. Likewise, the Duke and Duchess were most displeased over Spencer's behavior and mishap. Both engines were scolded severely. Their punishment came a week later, when a letter from the musicians arrived. The Fat Controller read it to himself and chuckled. While you did check good pictures, Daisy, they found you too modern. Spencer, on the other hand, captured exactly what they were looking for. Spencer smirked at Daisy. However, your incident left you looking less than front cover material. Still, they've included a picture as a, keepsake. Both engines blushed and looked at their buffers. In the end, a painting of Spencer's brother Mallard was used for the album cover. And what of the keepsake? It showed a painted Spencer with black smoke bursting from his funnel. Daisy, meanwhile, was staring open-mouthed in horror, seemingly aware of what was coming next. The other engines laughed and laughed. Daisy and Spencer could finally agree on something. The prospect of appearing on an album cover had lost its luster.
Been a tough year with nothing but misery. I wonder if I'll ever make it all up to the Fat Controller and feel really useful again.
Ah, Daisy, there you are. I understand you had a bit of a rough year.
Oh, yes I'm so dreadfully sorry for all the trouble I caused in the last few months. I understand if you ever want to send me away.
Don't worry, Daisy. I'm not going to send you away. In fact, you've really improved yourself ever since your mishaps, and I'm very pleased with you. In fact, I've come to tell you that I've got a surprise for you.
Ooh, a surprise, sir. What is it?
Well, next year I'm building a new branch line, which will lead through Alsop Harbor right up to Harwick, and I need an engine to do the passenger services. I was wondering if you would like to run the line when it's built.
Oh, yes, sir. Please, sir. It would be wonderful to have a branch line of my very own. It will make a change going along the coast.
Splendid. Anyway, the new line is to be open in time for the summer holidays next year. So after the Christmas rush, you'll be having an overhaul and a new coat of paint. And when you return, you will go on the new line. You'll be pairing up with a new tank engine who will be arriving next year too. He'll be handling the goods work.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to my new job already.
Very good, Daisy. But I expect you to be on your best behavior while you're up there. Running a branch line is a big responsibility, and you need to do your bit and help our new engine during your time there.
Yes, sir. I promise I'll behave, sir.
That's a good engine. Now, you're the only one who knew about the new line at the moment, so I suggest you keep your new job a secret for now. I'm planning to keep it a surprise.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Merci beaucoup.